In the vast, sun-drenched plains of Tsavo, where the earth glows red beneath the morning light, two lions move with the slow confidence of creatures shaped by an unforgiving land. They are unlike other males of the savannah. Their faces are broad, their bodies powerful, but their manes are little more than faint dark shadows along their necks. To the world of humans, they would later become monsters. But here, in the quiet rhythm of their homeland, they are simply predators trying to survive. The grass whispers around their paws as they walk. Dust rises behind them like a thin veil, drifting into the warm African air. Every scent, every flicker in the distance, every tremor beneath the soil guides their steps. Tsavo is a kingdom without walls, ruled by instinct alone, and these two lions have long learned its rules. They hunt together, an unusual bond for two males. But necessity has taught them cooperation. When one stalks, the other circles. When one hesitates, the other leads. Their partnership is a silent language, forged through seasons of hunger and abundance. Yet the land is changing. The herds that once moved across the plains in sweeping columns now pass less frequently. The nights have grown quieter, not with peace, but with absence. And far beyond the thorn trees, a strange new scent lingers in the air. Sharp, metallic, and foreign to everything the lions know. They pause, heads lifted, ears tense. A distant clatter carries across the wind, followed by a low rumble that vibrates faintly through the ground. Smoke rises on the horizon, thin and unnatural. Something has entered Tsavo, something that does not belong. The lions do not understand its purpose, but they sense its intrusion. And in that moment, without knowing it, they step onto a path that will reshape their destiny and etch their existence into history. As days pass, the strange presence on the horizon grows. The sounds become more frequent, the vibrations stronger, and the scent of humans settles across Tsavo like an unfamiliar season. The lions begin to notice new patterns in the land, footprints where none existed before, trails cut into the soil by heavy wooden wheels, and the lingering aroma of food from distant campsites. It is not a single intrusion, but a wave of movement stretching endlessly across their territory. Hunger sharpens their awareness. The season has been unforgiving, and many of the plains' usual prey have moved on in search of greener paths. Nights that once echoed with the calls of zebras and antelopes now feel hollow. The lions walk farther each evening, scanning the moonlit grasslands for signs of life, but the land offers less with each passing day. Hunger does not simply gnaw, it pushes, shapes, and forces decisions. During one of their long night wanderings, the two lions find themselves near the edge of a new human encampment. Fires burn in scattered rows, and fabric shelters flap in the wind. The scent of men is strong, mixed with sweat, smoke, and the faint trace of livestock. The lions linger at a distance, their eyes glowing faintly in the dark, studying this strange gathering with curiosity rather than aggression. What draws them closer is not the presence of humans, but the scent of opportunity. Discarded scraps, bones tossed aside, and the faint smell of blood from the butchering of animals. For predators pushed by hunger, these scents are invitations. Still, something within them hesitates. Humans are unpredictable, noisy, unpredictable creatures. Yet hunger does not bow to caution. A path is opening before them, one they have never walked, one that will challenge every instinct they possess. Without knowing it, the lions stand at the edge of a choice that will define everything that comes next. For several nights, the lions linger near the edge of the human encampments, but do not cross into them. Instinct holds them back. For generations, lions have learned to keep their distance from humans, creatures who walk upright, make fire, and shout into the darkness, as if they own it. The brothers watch from behind thickets and tall grass, their silhouettes hidden by shadows. Their eyes study every movement, workers talking loudly, guards pacing with lanterns, the restless glow of campfires that never truly die. Opportunity tempts them, yet caution keeps them rooted. They stalk toward the edges of discarded food piles, sniffing cautiously at leftovers left behind by careless hands. But every crackle of a flame, and every echo of a human laugh, sends them retreating into the night. Even driven by hunger, uncertainty grips them. This is a world they do not understand, filled with smells and sounds unlike anything in their instinctive memory. One night, as the wind shifts, they approach a little closer than before. The scent of cooked meat drifts toward them, richer than anything they have smelled in days. But the camp is noisy, active, restless. The lions circle softly, their paws silent against the ground, but each time they test the boundary, fear urges them backward. Something in the rhythm of the humans feels unnatural, too loud, too chaotic, too unpredictable to risk. Their hesitation stretches across several nights, creating an invisible barrier between their growing hunger and the strange abundance before them. Even the darkness offers no comfort as the campfires carve pockets of unnatural brightness into the night, breaking the anonymity the lions depend on. They continue to retreat into the familiar wilderness at dawn, carrying with them the weight of a choice they are not yet ready to make. But hunger has patience only for a while, and the land around them grows thinner, harsher, and less forgiving. The balance between instinct and survival is shifting, and their refusal can only last so long. As the dry season deepens, the lions feel the land tightening around them. The rivers shrink to thin, muddy threads, and the grass, once tall and full of life, becomes brittle beneath their paws. Prey grows scarce, forcing them to rely not only on strength, but on something older and more primal: instinct, that silent voice inherited from every generation of lions before them. Together, the two brothers adapt. Their bond, already strong, evolves into something deeper. They begin to move with a shared purpose, reading each other's intent before a single muscle twitches. When one senses a distant sound, the other is already turning his head. When one hesitates, the other steps forward to test the air. Their partnership becomes their guide, their teacher, their only source of certainty in a land that is slowly changing beneath their feet. But instinct alone cannot fill an empty belly. One of the lions struggles more than the other. A sharp ache pulses through his jaw each time he attempts to bring down a large animal. His bite, once lethal, is weakened by hidden injury. The pain makes him cautious, less effective, more desperate. His brother notices. He begins to shoulder more of the hunt, taking risks he once avoided, circling prey with greater aggression to compensate. In their world, injury is not a lesson, it is a sentence. Yet the injured lion refuses to slow down. His struggle becomes a teacher of its own kind, pushing them toward a new understanding. The old ways will no longer sustain them. They must look elsewhere. They must adapt, or starve. The scent of humans returns to them each night, clearer now, carried on winds that sweep across the plains. Smoke, cooked meat, and something else. Something raw, something vulnerable. For the first time, the possibility no longer feels forbidden. It feels necessary. The night they finally cross the invisible boundary comes without warning. The moon hangs low, veiled by drifting clouds, and the wind carries a mixture of scents that is impossible to ignore. Hunger presses hard against their ribs, hollow and insistent, pushing aside the last remnants of caution. The camp ahead is quieter than usual. Lanterns glow faintly, their light broken by the movement of canvas tents swaying in the breeze. The familiar crackle of fire is softer now, as if the humans themselves have grown weary. The lions advance through the tall grass with measured steps. Their bodies glide close to the ground, muscles coiled but silent. What stops them is no longer fear, but calculation. The injured lion feels the dull ache in his jaw with every breath, a reminder that the usual prey demands strength he can no longer summon. But this camp, with its strange mixture of noise and vulnerability, offers something different, something easier. They linger at the edge, testing the air. The scent of meat is fresh, recently cooked, recently eaten. But beneath it lies another smell, faint but unmistakable, the scent of human flesh, drifting from within the camp, like a forbidden promise. It is not fresh. It comes from bodies hastily buried, from the aftermath of disease, from the careless ways humans leave traces of themselves behind. To a starving predator, it signals opportunity. The silence of the camp deepens. A watchman dozes against a wooden post, his lantern dimming. Somewhere inside a tent, soft breathing rises and falls. The lions exchange a long, slow glance. Instinct speaks with the authority of survival. The stronger lion moves first, slipping between the outermost tents like a shadow that the light refuses to acknowledge. His brother follows, each step erasing the barrier that once defined their world. In that moment, the old rules of the wilderness fall away, the lions enter the human realm, and the path before them changes forever. Once the boundary is crossed, the world of humans reveals itself not as a place of order, but as a landscape of confusion. The lions slip through the tents with a silence born from generations of hunting. Every movement is controlled, every breath deliberate. The injured lion keeps close to his brother, relying on him as his jaw throbs with a hot, nagging pain. Hunger drives them deeper into the strange maze of fabric shelters and scattered possessions. Their first kill in the human world comes quickly. A sleeping worker never awakens. The lions drag the body into the darkness beyond the camp, disappearing before the night watch even stirs. What was once terror for them becomes opportunity. The act is swift, efficient, instinctual. For the lions, it is not malice. It is survival, pure, simple, undeniable. As nights pass, the pattern changes. Alarm rises among the humans, fires burn higher, thorn fences are built, laced with sharp branches, meant to block the lions' approach. Watchmen shout into the darkness, clutching makeshift weapons, hoping noise alone will hold the predators at bay. But noise does nothing. The lions adapt, studying the rhythms of the camp, just as they once studied the movements of herds. They learn when the guards grow tired, when the fires begin to dim, when fear makes men careless. Each attack sharpens them. They test the defenses, slipping through openings that humans overlook. They retreat when lanterns flare, and return when the camp falls into exhausted silence. The stronger lion grows bolder with each successful hunt, trusting the pattern, trusting his instincts. The injured lion follows, finding relief in the softer resistance of human prey. But the camp is not without strength. New scents emerge, heavy with determination. A single human begins to stand apart from the rest, one whose footsteps do not waver, whose voice rises not with fear but command. The lions sense him long before they see him. He patrols differently, moves differently, carries a strange metal scent that promises danger. Without realizing it, the lions have stirred an enemy unlike any they have faced before, and he is already tracking them through the darkness. Night after night, the tension between the lions and the humans thickens, stretching across the encampment like an invisible cord ready to snap. The men grow restless, their fear sharpening into something closer to desperation. Yet within that fear, one figure moves with deliberate calm. The man the lions sensed from afar. His presence changes the rhythm of the camp. He inspects footprints, studies torn tents, follows trails of crushed grass with an attention that unsettles the natural flow of the night. The lions observe him from the shadows. The stronger lion grows curious, watching as this determined human builds new defenses, elevated platforms, reinforced barriers, and curious metal devices that glint faintly in the firelight. The injured lion senses the danger more sharply. His instincts tighten with unease. This human is different. He does not panic. He does not sleep deeply. He waits. As the humans strengthen their defenses, the lions adjust. Their attacks become less predictable, striking from new directions each time. They slip through openings too small for men to guard, moving with the confidence of creatures that know darkness better than any human ever could. But the man continues to adapt, following each attack with a new plan, a new obstacle, a new attempt to read their movements. The camp becomes a battlefield defined not by open combat, but by anticipation. Every night is a test. The lions circle the perimeter, their paws brushing silently against the dust as they search for weakness. The man sits awake on makeshift platforms, listening for the faintest sound that might betray their approach. The land itself seems to hold its breath. The workers whisper stories of demons, of spirits taking vengeance on them for tampering with Tsavo's soil. Some try to flee, others pray, and all wait for the inevitable clash that everyone feels gathering like a storm. The lions do not understand human fear, but they sense its weight. They sense the growing resolve of the man who hunts them. They sense the tightening of the world around them, funneling them toward a confrontation neither side can avoid. Something is coming, inevitable, dangerous, final, and both hunter and hunted move closer to the moment when everything will be decided. The night of the first confrontation arrives with a heavy stillness that settles over Tsavo like a warning. Clouds drift across the sky, dimming the moonlight until the world becomes an uneven tapestry of shadows. The humans huddle in their tents, exhausted, praying their reinforced barriers will hold. But the man, Patterson, remains awake, gripping the cold metal of his rifle, waiting on his elevated platform, as if he can sense the lions moving somewhere just beyond the reach of firelight. The lions approach with unusual caution. The stronger lion leads, his steps measured, his breath slow. The injured brother follows close behind, driven by hunger, but restrained by instinct. The camp feels different tonight. Tense, alert, ready. They sense new traps, new dangers, and yet the scent of the humans is irresistible. Survival demands risk. They circle wide, studying the defenses from every angle. Then, with a sudden shift in the wind, the moment presents itself. The stronger lion glides between thorn branches, slipping through a gap that no human thought to guard. His brother follows, silent as breath. The camp is theirs once more, but Patterson has anticipated this. A faint creak of wood alerts the lions to his presence. They freeze, their eyes narrowing toward the platform. The man raises his rifle. The lions move in a blur. A shot cracks through the night, echoing across the plains like a thunderclap. The bullet grazes the stronger lion's flank, a burning line of pain ripping across his skin. He roars, a deep, visceral sound, and leaps back into the darkness. For the first time, he feels the sting of human power. Not claws, not teeth. Something faster, sharper, deadlier. The injured lion circles defensively, unsure whether to flee or fight. Another shot rings out. Dirt erupts near his paws, forcing him backward. The camp bursts into shouts and frantic movement. Fires flare, lanterns sway. The lions retreat into the night, their bodies tense, their minds racing. They have been challenged, truly challenged, by a force unlike any they have known. The ordeal has begun. The humans are no longer just prey. They have become enemies capable of wounding, resisting, and hunting in return. In the days that follow the first exchange of violence, the lions retreat deeper into Tsavo's tangled thickets. The stronger lion carries the burning memory of the rifle's bite along his flank. The wound is shallow, but the message is not. The humans are no longer a source of easy survival. They are something far more complex, dangerous, unpredictable, capable of striking from a distance. With a force neither lion had ever imagined, yet even as pain lingers, another truth settles over them. They survived. They had entered the human world, challenged it, been struck, and still escaped into the wild. For a predator, survival is its own reward. The stronger lion feels a renewed surge of determination. The humans can wound, but they cannot outrun the night. They cannot move with silence. They cannot hide their fear. For the injured lion, the reward is simpler, and far more primal. Food. The hunts within the camp have given him nourishment he could not obtain from ordinary prey. His jaw, weakened and aching, could not withstand the struggle of bringing down a large animal. But the humans, vulnerable in their sleep, provided what he needed to keep going. The taste still lingers in his memory, warm and sustaining. The brothers rest beneath a cluster of thorn trees, letting the rhythm of the land steady their breath. The plains stretch before them, silent and waiting, as if Tsavo itself is aware of the shifting balance between man and beast. They have taken from the humans, endured their retaliation, and lived through it. Now they know more about their enemy. They understand his patterns, his strengths, and his weaknesses. The reward is knowledge, dangerous, empowering, and enough to pull them once again toward the path that fate has opened. The uneasy balance between lions and humans begins to shift as the nights grow heavier with tension. Patterson intensifies his pursuit, reinforcing the camp and pushing his men to stay alert, even as exhaustion drags at their bodies. Word spreads among the workers, stories of demons, ghosts, curses, walking on four legs. Many flee, abandoning their tools and wages, choosing the uncertain wild over the certainty of facing the lions again. For the brothers, the land feels different now. The familiar paths they once traveled freely are layered with new scents, tracks of armed patrols, smoke from burning barriers, the metallic tang of traps laid with desperate care. Each night they circle the camp, testing the limits, searching for weaknesses, but the humans have changed. Fear has made them vigilant. Determination has shaped their defenses. Still, hunger gnaws. The injured lion feels its weight most intensely, his jaw throbbing when he tries to tear tougher prey. The stronger lion senses his brother's struggle and presses forward, driven by loyalty as much as instinct. They cannot return to the old ways. The herds have moved on, the land offers little. The path they have started down has only one direction now. The humans remain on edge, waiting for the next attack. Though Patterson studies the ground each morning, reading the signs left behind, paws brushing lightly over dust, impressions near the fences, trails broken in the grass. He knows the lions will come again. He prepares accordingly. The brothers move through the darkness, aware that each return carries greater risk. The world of humans pushes back harder with every encounter, but the pull of survival draws them forward. The road back to the camp is unavoidable. Their story is heading toward its final confrontation, and both sides feel it closing in. When the night of the final hunt arrives, Tsavo falls into an uncanny silence, as if every creature senses what is about to unfold. The lions approach the camp not with the confidence of earlier nights, but with a sharpened instinct that borders on inevitability. The stronger lion feels the sting in his flank where the bullet grazed him days before, a reminder that the man waiting inside the camp is unlike any other human they have faced. The injured lion follows closely, breathing heavy, pushing through the ache in his jaw that has plagued him since long before the hunts began. Inside the camp, Patterson keeps vigil. He has studied their patterns, their movements, their methods. He knows the lions do not attack randomly. They test, they watch, they learn. And tonight he is ready for them with a resolve forged through sleepless nights and the terror of his men. The brothers slip past the outer barriers, moving with the same precision that has made them legends among the workers. But the camp has changed. A new structure stands, a reinforced enclosure built specifically to lure and trap one of them. The lions sense the strangeness, but hunger drives them forward. Shadows shift, a floorboard creaks. The stronger lion steps into the structure, drawn by the scent of life. A sudden roar of gunfire erupts. Pain explodes through his side, deeper this time, staggering him. He lunges toward the exit, but another shot tears into him, driving him back. The injured lion roars helplessly from outside, pacing wildly as his brother collapses, struggling against a fate he has no power to outrun. The stronger lion's breaths grow shorter, the camp spinning around him. For a moment his eyes lock on the darkness beyond the fence, his world slipping away. When Patterson delivers the final shot, the savannah's most feared hunter falls still. And in that moment the legend of the Man-Eaters begins to transform from living terror into immortal myth. With the stronger lion gone, the land around Tsavo seems to hold its breath. The surviving brother lingers at the edge of the forest, pacing restlessly through the dust, releasing low growls that fade into the night. Hunger pulls at him, but something deeper keeps him rooted near the camp. The bond he shared with his brother had guided every hunt, every decision, every step they took through the plains. Now the emptiness beside him is a wound even instinct cannot numb. For several nights he circles the camp in wide, uneasy arcs, torn between caution and longing. The humans remain on high alert, fires burning brighter than ever. Patterson moves through the camp with the heavy knowledge that one lion still remains, the one who had followed, supported, and learned from the fallen hunter. The workers whisper that the remaining lion is the more dangerous of the two, driven not only by hunger but by something resembling grief. When he finally enters the camp again, it is with a mixture of desperation and defiance. The scent of humans, once an opportunity, now carries the shadow of loss. He moves through the darkness with less caution, his steps heavier, his breaths deeper. Patterson, waiting with the same unwavering resolve, senses the lion's approach long before he sees him. The confrontation is brief and violent. The injured lion charges with the fury of a creature forced beyond its limits, but Patterson's rifle finds its mark. The lion collapses after a final ragged attempt to rise, his body giving out beneath the weight of exhaustion and pain. The plains fall silent as his last breath leaves him, ending the reign of the Tsavo Man-Eaters. Yet their story does not fade. Years later their bodies are preserved, studied, placed behind glass for generations to witness. Scientists uncover clues about their injuries, the harsh conditions of their environment, and the reasons behind their desperate attacks. What once seemed like monstrous cruelty becomes a lesson in survival, reminding those who listen that even the fiercest legends are shaped by hunger, struggle, and the changing world around them. From fear, knowledge emerges. From tragedy, understanding grows, and the legacy of the Tsavo lions endures as a reminder of the fragile balance between humans and the wild they seek to control.